Hello, Tamara here, nice of you to join me and a very warm welcome to my channel. It's lovely to have you here with me today. Now in today's video, this is one of my assignments for Graphic 45, and today we're making we are going to make the theatre card, type card. Now this is for the International Card Makers Day, and this is my little project for it. So with the theatre card, we'll see it kind of opens up like so, and you can see into the depths. So if I can turn it over that way, you can actually see the depth of that card. So this was my first one I made, and then this one was my second one, where I just made a few little different adjustments. So this is my second one, and as you see, open it up, and although it's the same inside, I have decorated it more with the pattern paper than what I did with this one. As you can see, it's quite plain at the back. I quite liked it more with the pattern paper, where you can see it just kind of tied everything more together. So that is what we're going to be doing. Now I have got a free PDF cutting guide that goes with this video, and the cutting guide you will be able to get from my group Memories Paper Art. So if you want to head over there, you'll be able to get this cutting guide from there. So I have got also there some supplies on there. You will need to also add a circle punch, a 1 inch or a 1.5 inch circle punch. That's just to allow you to just cut out the notches there for the side, so that you can pull your flaps out like so. So I've got some dark cardstock now, and I'm using the Autumn Greetings 8x8 pad by Graphic 45. I've also got the ephemera pieces as well, and these just make it so much handy for when you want to put your embellishments around the outside of your theatre card. But you can use some of the cut aparts that are in the paper pad if you haven't got these. So let's get started. Now I'm going to cut all my cardstock first, and then we'll also do the score lines as well. So get my dimensions ready. So we need to cut the one piece of cardstock at 4 1/4 by 12. So you're just going to cut the 4 1/4, so that's one. Then we need to cut two 4 1/4 by 6. So I'm going to come down and cut the 4 1/4 here, like so. And then you're going to cut this in half at 6. Okay. So that's your two pieces. Then next we're going to come along and cut two of these at 5 1/4 by 5/8. So I'm going to turn it around this way and do my 5 1/4 like so, and then do the 5/8. That's one, and then the second one is 2. Okay, like so. And then the last piece is just 6 inches by 1 inch. So just keep that one over there. So come down here and cut your 6 inches by 1 inch. And then as I've got the 1 inch one on my board, I'm going to do my score lines for this. Now for this score lines, we're going to score at 1/4 inch all the way around. Okay, so all on all 4 sides like so. Okay, and then put that to the side. Then next you're going to take your 2 other little strips and you're just going to score these at 1/2 inch on one short end only. So just on one end. Okay, 1/2 inch. Like so. And then you're going to take, next one we're going to take is the 4 1/4 by 6. Now on one of these we're going to score along the short edge at 3 inches and then at 4 1/2. Okay, so that's that piece. Then this next piece, so this is the same, this is the 4 1/4 by 6. What we're going to do with this is we're going to create our window. So with this we are going to take our piece and we're going to do a 3/4 of an inch window inside. Now I use a pencil for this and I'm just going to use my gully and I'm just going to put my pencil lines on the 2 ends here. Okay, I'm going to turn it around and do exactly the same on this side, just so that your pencil lines crisscross over. So this part here is quite important. Okay, so turn it around and do the same on the next side. And again, this is the last side, like so. Okay, so that you've got like some crosses in each corner like that. Now they're quite important because we're going to cut along from point to point. Okay, and I just make it I just like to put the pencil lines on so that I have got a guide of where I need to cut. So we're going to cut these at the 3/4 like so. Just make sure I've got it in the right place. Now, it's a little bit tricky to see this. That's it, I've done it. Okay, come along and do the same here. Turn it round. And again. And then that is your window. Okay, so just keep this to one side. You're not going to use it, but you might find a project to use it in the future. So I'm just now rubbing out my pencil lines like so and like so. Okay, so put that to one side. And then you've got your long piece that we've done, and we're going to start with our score line at 6, and then we're going to move up to 4 1/2, and then we're going to score at 3 like so. So that's all our scoring done. So you can just leave them, pop them to the side so they're away. And then we need to cut our paper. So we're going to cut one at 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. Okay. And this is, we need to cut a window out of this. So I'm going to I'm going to actually go with the pumpkins on the one side. I quite like them. So you're going to cut this down to 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. Okay. Okay, for the next part we need 5, and that is at 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. So the first two, what I'm going to do is, although I've said these are the measurements, but if you're having some on the back, it doesn't matter if they're a little bit smaller. So I'm going to do the first measurement first. Now I want to pattern piece so that when the two folds fold together, then you they match. So I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to go with my 4 1/8, okay, like so. Put that to the side, and then we're going to go with 1 2 7/8. So that's one side, and then we're going to cut the other at 2 7/8, and then they are going to pattern match together for our front. So I've just had some offcuts here that I've used, so I'm going to just use 2 of those, because you need 5, because you need 2 for the outer edges, 2 for your inners here, and then 1 for in the middle. I think I might go with this in the middle and then have these on the outside. So the next one we need 6. So this is at 4 1/8 by 1 3/8. So that's 1, and this will be at 4 1/8. Okay, so that's that one. So that's 1. So again, so that's 4 is 5, and then we've just got to find one more, but because this is not directional paper, I can get it out of this side. There, so that's my 6. So that's all my pattern paper and bits and pieces cut out. Next we're going to move on and construct the card. Okay, so we need now our long 12-inch piece and the other one of the 6 inches by 4 1/8. Okay, now we did score these earlier, so we've got them scored. So we're going to work on this one first. So you will need your glue, and we're going to glue. So I folded my piece over in half, so you've got like a 6-inch piece. I'm just going to move it up a bit so that you can see. I'm going to just use my bone folder just to crease those creases, just to really make them crisp, like so, and then like so. So they're like so. Now this part here, this here, so this 1 3/8 we're going to glue together. So get your glue ready, and there we go. Come out really quick. That I wasn't expecting, so I'm just going to just move that about, and then just add your glue, and then just fold them over, and then just burnish that down, just so that you get spread all the glue, and you eventually get that side stuck. So then you've got an opening like this. Okay, grab one of the 6 inches by 4 1/8 pieces. This piece you're going to fold at the 3 inches mark, so you're going to fold that over, okay, and then that's going to fit onto your card like so, onto the front, and we're going to glue this part here down to the edges. So I'm going to glue on the back, and again it's just this end piece here, okay, and then we're going to just line it up with the 2 edges or the 2 corners, and make sure that they are virtually in line in the middle here. Okay, once you've got your base bit assembled, we are going to just pattern paper it first. So get your pieces that you're going to use on the back here, and we're going to just cover them up. So I am going to use some distress ink. You could use black ink as well. I just think because this is an autumny project, it's nice to have a bit of brown, because who doesn't like a bit of distressed brown? So that's my one side, and we're going to do the other. Now I'm not going to do all of them, and because you can do those yourself, but I'm just going to add these ones on, because we need to cut our little slits in the back. So I'm just going to add that one, so that's that side, like so, and then we're going to do this side here. And then that goes on there, like so. So that's then those pieces there. Now I will cover these as well, so whichever you have for the inside here, so whatever you have, I actually used pattern pieced them through, but I don't think it really matters, but again, it's entirely up to you. I'm just going to use these pieces because they match, and then I've got something like this to go in the middle like that. I think that's a good contrast. So I'm just going to add my distress ink, like so. That's that side, and then this one. Goes on like so. Okay, and then I will add this bit in the middle, because as soon as I've got that there, like so. That's going to go in the middle like that. So that's those pieces done, so that when you open it, you've kind of got that nice, I think that goes really well, the black and the sort of the beige colour. I think it really goes well. So now we're going to use, you need a cutting mat and pencil and your ruler. Now I'm going to start, so we're going to measure from this edge here, okay, because we want our band piece to be more at the back than at the front, like what I've got here. It's more towards the back of your project. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go up a little bit higher with this. So I'm actually going to go up to 5/8. So I'm going to just mark that at 5/8 there, and then we're going to go in from this side a 1/2 inch. So find that, and then that's your 1/2 inch there, and then from this mark here I'm going to measure up 1/2 inch, but I'm going to go a tiny bit above, okay, not a lot, just a smidge above, so that when we cut that we've got enough space either side for our band to move about. Okay, so I'm going to do the same on this side. So bring this over, and we're going to measure in 1/2 inch there, and then measure up 5/8 to that mark, which is there. Get it right, there we go. That's your 1/2 inch mark, and then we're going to measure from that point up 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line just along there, and then just come up a little smidge. Okay, so using your ruler and a very sharp craft knife if you've got one, we're going to just cut that line. Now remember to put your cutting mat in between so that you don't cut through your card. Speaking to someone from experience and having done that. So then cut down. There we go. So that's one side. So cut that, and then bring this one over, and then do the same here. So put your craft knife in, like so. Make sure that you have, there we go, and then bring it down to that part, and then that gives you your slit to put your next bit in. So this part here, we need to just do a few little snips with this. So this is the 6" by 1.5, I think. Let me just check what I've got. Yeah, this is the 6" by 1". So where you've done your score lines, they intersect, so you've got like some little squares in the corners. Now we're going to just chop that square off like so, and we're going to leave a tab. Okay, so you're going to do the same, so I'm not actually going to cut that off, my bad. So what we are going to cut off is this 1/4" line. Now I will use my trimmer to cut them off so that I get a nice straight line, but I just wanted to snip those off there. Bringing in my trimmer again, we're going to cut down to where we've snipped off. Okay, so bring in your trimmer blade, and then we want to leave quite a big tab, so come down. I'm going to do the same with the other side. Now I haven't gone all the way along, because what I thought I could do is just use my scissors just to snip off that tiny bit there. So that's one, and then this side here, 2, and then come along and just take that off, and then this bit as well. So you're actually left with a T, like a T section here. So you've got a T at the top and then again at the bottom. Now this here is going to become our glue tab for when we put it all together. But I'm not going to put that on yet, because what we need to do now is just finish putting on our pieces on the back. And then I'm going to put the front 2 pieces on, and then we'll do that in a second. So we've got these 2 are my front pieces. Just make sure I've got them exactly right. So that goes like that. So I was just matching them up, making sure that the images match each other. There we go. So this goes on like so, and then this piece that opens out like that. So now we're going to add our bar. So find your slit. Now I'm going to just fold these pieces in just so that I can get this through that slit in the side there, like so. Then pull it through, make sure that it comes through, and then do the other side as well. Okay, so just fold them over, and then find the slit, and you can just push them through like so. There we are. And then pull it tight like so and push the two flaps down, okay, like so. Okay, there we go. And then pull them through if you need to, like that. Now what needs to happen is these flaps need to really go up against the side here of your card, so at the edges here. Now what I may do is just make this hole just a slightly bigger. As I said, you just need, I've obviously done it a smidge, but it was a smidge, not too much. There, that's better. There we go. That's a bit more movable now. There we are. So keep these closed and make sure that you've got enough space either side. There we go. That's a lot better. So these need to be up against the edge of your card here, and you're just going to glue that glue tab, okay? Now you will need to let this set for a little bit before you start to pull the card backwards and forwards, because it does need to dry. Okay, so I've just added that one, so we add this one here. Okay, and it just goes on that very edge. Okay, like so. So while that's drying, what we can do is, I'm just going to double check it, you see, because that then comes off, so it does need a little time to set. I'm just a little bit impatient, I think, so I'm going to leave that to dry. Okay, like so. And then while that's drying, we can get on and do our frame. So we've cut out the actual frame. So now we need to just cut out the pattern paper for the inside of the frame. And that is using the same principle as what we did with the cardstock frame. But with this time, we're going to cut our frame at 5/8, okay? So use your pencil again and just draw those small lines just along that edge. Again, 5/8, 5/8, turn it round, 5/8, 5/8, and then in here, 5/8, 5/8, and then that gives you your dimensions. So we're going to just cut along there. So come along up to that line, along up to that line, come around, up to that line, that line, okay. So then that is your frame cut out. So just very gently rub out any extra pencil marks you may have, like so and like so. And I'm going to ink the edge, and I'm going to do the outside as well as the inside. Okay, so this is going to then fit onto our frame. So with the little struts here, now these are the ones where we just put a 1/2 inch score line along one edge. Okay, now these are going to fit onto our frame. Now we're going to put them so that they end up being quite near to the edge. So can you see here, I've put them quite near to the edge of the back, okay, like so. Just double checking to see, right. So the top one, this is going to fit onto the back, but at the top. So this here is going to be the glue tab on the inside. So I'm going to stick that one down. Okay, and you're going to stick it so that it is, as I say, you've got a little bit of a gap between this outer edge and the inner edge. Okay, like so. And then we're going to do the same with this one. So put your glue on that glue tab, and then we're going to anchor that down on there, like so. Okay, make sure that they are nice and secure. And then what you're going to do is you're going to grab, now what I've done is I've actually put these on the back, but don't worry about that because it's on the back, you're not going to see it. So with this next part, what we're going to do is we need to find your card, and you're going to put your frame, so these long bits here, so the little struts are going to go behind the two flaps that open out. So they're going to go behind, and your frame is going to sit on your front of your card like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bend, so we're going to actually bend out these pieces here. We're going to bend them over like so, and then get the other one and bend that one over like so. Now doing it this way, it means that it's going to be the perfect fit. So the glue is going to go on the side with the outer mounting fold, and that's going to go down. And now it does mean that you will see a little bit hanging over the edge. Now that we can't help because we want to have a nice fit. We don't want it to be too tight and you won't be able to take it off or move it about. But once you've got all the pieces on, you're not actually going to see it that much. Okay, so that's that. So this should then theoretically fit over our flap at the front and flap at the side. Now it should, because we did measure it. There we go. Now did I push that down enough? Give me a second. There we are. You will fit. There we go, that's one. And then this side here is going to go in like that. Now what you could do if you wanted is, there we go. So then once we've put our little holes on here, which we will do in a minute, you pull that open, it will, once you've got, that's a bit more firmer, it will firm up a little bit. So let's get our frame back on. I'll just add the glue, and then we can just stick that on, making sure that I've got it up the right way. There we go, put that over. Yeah. So that then is the bases of the card done. So I'm going to take this frame part off now, because what I want to do is cut out our little notches. Now this is I think it's a 1.5 inch, but you can use a smaller or a bigger. Now I'm not going to cut into the struts at the back, just the frame. So I'm just going to cut, I'm just going to by-eye it. So cut that bit off there, and then I'm going to just by-eye this side to get the same position. Oops, not that much, Tamara. Like there. like so. And then I will just ink those edges, just so that it looks like I've got a border all the way around that. There we go. And then this is going to fit on our side, like so. And then this one will fit in this side, like so. And then when we pull them, so grabbing your two struts, you will work. I know you will. There we go. There we go. Just give it a bit of time just to get the muscle memory. There we are. So that's then that bit done. So now we just need to decorate. So with the decoration and putting something behind, now I'm going to take that off for a minute. Okay, off you come, off you pop. So with doing the bit of the decoration here, you have to be careful that when you push them together, it doesn't impede the closure part. So we could put the flowers, that would look really nice. So just put the flowers in, and then I kind of close them together. Now as you can see, that is not allowing that to close, so that's a bit big. That doesn't look too bad. I quite like that. So that we're going to have that on there like so, and then I can close that like that and open it out. So I'm going to have it so that that little bit there is hidden there, like so. Close up and then open, make sure it's straight. Okay, so I'm going to put the frame back on, and then we can decorate the outer frame. Okay, and now the reason I put it back on is so that you can just gauge where the openings are, so that you can see into your theatre card. So there we go, like so. There we go. I'm just going to give that a bit of a... There we are. So, what's going to go along the outside? Now, we can put a pumpkin, so that looks quite nice there. Or we can have the little... I think we might have that, the little squirrel, with maybe a few leaves coming off, maybe a little acorn on there as well, just there maybe, just so that we are adding a little bit of dimension to him. So I'm just going to add a little bit along there, so that goes on there like so, and then I'm going to put a leaf behind. So as you know, I'm just adding my glue along the bottom part, just so that you don't stick everything together. Then I've got little pumpkins, please, can either go here or up the top. I think at the top looks quite nice, so I'm going to go with there, with pumpkins, please, at the top. So you add your glue again just at the top, like so. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else we can add. Now I quite like that. Can you see the dimension in that there? Now I'm not going to bother covering the back there. I'm going to leave those plain. But of course you have got the measurements in your kit for that. But really, how quick and simple is that to do? That's done within probably half an hour. And you could, if you're batch making these, you could probably knock these out in 15 minutes or so. So I've got 3 different ones here. So we've got the one with the squirrel, and then 2. And I actually like it where I've got that bar a little bit higher, so that you can actually see what is in there, like so. So I don't know which one your favourite is. I think I actually like this one here. with the deer, but I do like the squirrel. There's the squirrel there, a bit further up, so let me move that down a little bit. There we go, and we can see. So thanks ever so much for watching. I really hope you've liked this tutorial and that you do go ahead and make them. Don't forget to check out Graphic 45's website and blog. They've got an amazing amount of talent on their blog, and lots of tips and tricks and tutorials for you to put into practice with your own Graphic 45. So don't forget to follow me on all the social medias and subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow, and I do appreciate it. I really do. So thanks again, and I will see you again on the next one. Bye.